Today's show is going to be called The Young and the Restless. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The young have to be restless. If they are not restless, they don't do anything in life. But that restlessness should be channelized into something constructive for themselves, for society, for the nation. They say India has the largest population of young people. So can you imagine the future of this country? Whereas some well-advanced countries, their largest population is the older generation. Great. They have to think about geriatric problems, etc. All we have to think about is what do we do with the restlessness and how do we channelize that restlessness of the young people that we have in our country? We are going to talk about how do we use the energy that all these young people have. They are bursting with it. They are young. They have lovely ideas. They live in a world with so many opportunities. It's up to us as adults to accept it, to respect it, and to give them all the opportunity to express and implement their ideas. The amazing part is that today's youngsters also have an intention of going into various aspects. They are making use of the opportunities. That's what I really admire about them. What used to scare us before, they do it with a total nonchalant attitude. They go bungee jumping, they go river rafting, and there is this person whom I know who says he goes looking for snakes. I mean, I didn't know that's a pastime, but he says it's very interesting because snakes are very friendly animal. Okay, good for him. I wouldn't want to even test that. All right, I'll take his word for it. Then they go mountaineering. Then there is a youngster called Chirag Jain who has his own group of friends, and they have something called nomads. And they go on adventurous travel adventure. They go on to different places, and they also go to cultural places or whatever. They have amazing ideas. I think Google helps them a lot, number one. And for them, sky's the limit. And another thing that they do is they are becoming a little spiritual these days. Can you imagine this? Many of them are going into a kind of a spiritual lifestyle. And it's not like they're in their 40s or 50s or something. They're in their 20s. They are working and still they get time to do some spiritual activities. Now, when I say spiritual, I don't mean that they'll go and sit in the Himalayas and they go and meditate. No, they get into groups which promote what they call seva, satsang. Okay. And they go do that. When they say seva, they go and work in villages by putting up roads, by digging wells for them. Honestly, we see a lot of youngsters in malls. Yes, they're doing that too. But there are a lot of youngsters whom we don't see because we don't go where they are going. Hats off. Honestly, hats off to today's youngsters. They know how to channelize their energies. But we as adults, we must support them. We must encourage them. I remember long ago, Aristotle had made a claim that I don't know what's happening to youngsters today. Aristotle said that so many thousands of years ago. Even today, parents, adults, आजकल के बच्चे पता नहीं, आजकल का generation, अरे आजकल का generation are happening generation. Okay, they'll go to Swedish mafia house music. I don't know what it is, but I heard about it yesterday. But they also go to an art of living center. My first guest is Srujana Paul, who is a software engineer. And we are going to have a little chat about what Srujana is doing besides coding and programming. Welcome to the show, Srujana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now tell me, you are an engineer.
Yes.
Did you become one because you wanted to or because family pressure, peer pressure? You know, many people say that. Is it because of that or what?
I wanted to be an engineer.
Okay.
But not because I suddenly discovered that was something I was very good at or something.
Okay.
But because at that time, engineer meant a lot. And you know, what the kind of lifestyle I wanted, I thought through engineering I can get that.
Okay, you didn't think of any other profession? You only thought your lifestyle that you wanted was as an engineer? Didn't you have a career counseling in school, college? Did you have any of these things?
Yes, I did. And I had a lot of offers in Air Force and Army as well.
Okay.
And they were because the Air Force, one of the chief was very impressed by me. I had been to one of their exhibitions and I knew everything about it.
Okay.
That was my 10th standard. I was supposed to get into the Air Force immediately after that,
Okay.
do my engineering and a little studies there, and then become a pilot. But it so happened that we had to move out. We got posted over here.
When you say we, your father?
Family, the entire family.
Okay.
My dad was in army, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the inclination towards services because your father is in the service?
I am still a diehard patriot. I mean, anything for the country.
Okay. That sounds good. But because he got posted, you were not able to pursue that career which you want to do in the Air Force, right?
Yes. And at that stage, the decisions were not in my hand.
Yes, naturally.
So, yeah, my parents have their own views about Army, Air Force, and women being in Army or Air Force.
Oh, really?
So, I did not have much of a say, and I did not have
you were
any
not
complaints.
encouraged so much to go into that, is it?
Yes, I was
Okay.
not.
Did they tell you any reason why they didn't want you to go into that?
I do not ask them for reasons until and unless I really want something. Then I ask them for reasons, and they're pretty open and they tell me everything exactly.
So you were not all that keen. You
Yeah.
accepted their decision and said, okay, I'll be an engineer.
Yeah, because at that time I had not figured out what exactly I wanted. And I was pretty clear about the lifestyle I wanted.
And what is that?
It was, in my mind, it was this glossy corporate life.
Okay.
You know, where you dress up, go to office and pretend to be busy.
Okay. All right. I like your frankness. All right. Go on with it. Okay.
So that's what I pretty much wanted. And
So you think
what,
that's lifestyle? What you just now mentioned?
Yeah. I mean, of course,
You didn't
with
say
that
anything, I
comes-
want a big car, I want a big apartment, all that you didn't say. Was that also
that all
part of
comes along with it,
it?
right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not like much of a luxury wanting person, but yeah, I did want it a comfortable lifestyle,
Okay.
not much of a struggle. And I would like to tell you something about my family.
Please.
We are just the four of us. I mean, of course, we have the entire other family,
Yeah,
a big
extended.
one, but they are in Andhra in their own natives. And since I was born, since the entire family was formed, we have been migrating from place to place, considering my dad's job.
Okay.
And
So
we are
you have
very
a sibling.
close knit.
You have a sibling.
Yeah, I have a sibling.
Brothers?
My brother.
Okay.
He's doing his engineering now.
Okay.
So that ways we are very close knit. So for me, friends have always been changing because I have changed my places a lot. But the family was something I can always relate to and something I always work for.
Okay.
And we always need to have a reason for living. Otherwise, we are nothing but animals, right?
Oh, wow.
So that's why I always focused all my thoughts towards my family because at the end of the day, it gives me immense pleasure.
Okay.
Let it be a small flower vase I give to my mom or be it a gold ring. It always gives me the same pleasure. And those are small things that actually
Yes.
drives me to work. Those are my milestones.
Okay.
So how much am I being a good daughter? How much am I being a good friend, a good sister? These are few roles that I have as of now, but I want them to live it up.
To live to the best
live
of
up
your
to
roles.
it, yes.
Okay. This kind of gyan that you got about your roles that you play and all that, Srujana, did it come on its own or did you get it from somebody or was it taught to you by the family or in school or something? Or did it just come?
I've never thought about it, but I'm
Now that I'm
assuming
asking
it
you.
just it has just come because that's how it is. We, as a child, you always want to be the best child ever, and make your parents proud.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay. Do you think all kids think like that?
I'm not sure, but this is me.
Okay. That's nice.
I've always wanted to be in the good books of my
Okay.
teachers and my parents as well.
Okay. And you went out of your way to do that or you just stuck to a certain pattern of behavior and all that, which you think girls,
Nothing out of way,
nothing?
just normal. What do you say? Obedient,
Okay.
sweet mama's girl.
Oh,
That was it.
okay.
I'm basically, as a person, quite tomboyish, but for my mom, I'll dress up like the way she wants
Okay.
and all. And I don't mind. It gives me immense satisfaction. Whatever makes her happy, because for her, it's just me and my brother, nobody else. It's like that.
Okay.
So for her, yes, I can do anything.
All right. Go on. You're a lucky mom. I hope your
I
mom
hope
is
she
listening
thinks
to
so.
this. Yes, and she's very lucky to have a mama's girl. Like normally it's mama's boy, they say.
So I'm a pretend mama's girl.
Okay.
But when I unleash myself with my friends, I'm a different person.
Yeah, good. That's good. All right.
Yeah. So
Then you decided to do engineering because your parents thought, no,
no, that's what I wanted.
you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So since depending on the subjects I like, engineering did fit into it, and depending on the lifestyle I wanted, engineering did fit into it.
Okay.
Because I knew one thing for sure was that I cannot depend on, okay, I want this particular job or I want this particular field to work into, because at the end of the day, lifestyle matters.
Mm-hmm. But you're saying that they're pretending to be busy and all that. Do you want that kind of lifestyle?
No, that's something I discovered afterwards.
Okay. So you went in with a different idea.
Yeah.
And what you faced was different.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, engineering and then, make a difference to the country and all that. But just I stepped into engineering, it did not turn out what I wanted to.
Okay.
Because still school, the education meant a lot and you understand and apply in life. But engineering, especially I studied in the VTU system syllabus, it was just mugging up the 4 units, getting the score somehow.
Okay.
So I don't even remember the subjects what I did.
Oh.
64 subjects, I remember that.
That's all.
But
What it
none of-
contains, each one of them, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
What suggestion would you give for it to be a little more meaningful, which you can apply to real life?
I think it can be segregated. I did my engineering in electronics, so I can talk about that.
Okay.
It is just a lot of vast information and data combined and just, I think, thrown at the students. They mug it up and vomit in the papers and come back.
Okay.
It is like that. It can be segregated into special fields. And if it is more focused,
Okay.
I think it will be worthful, because I must say few of the subjects were amazing. They would grab your attention. I'm not a bookie, but few of the subjects would really make me read them all the time. So, but then of what use? Because at the end of the day, whatever job I took, if it is not pertaining to that subject, I don't think it made any sense.
Did you discover that after you took up a job, it had nothing to do with what you studied? Pardon me?
I'm in IT. I have done my electronics, but I'm the IT field. There is no relation between what I work. So basically, the kind of work I'm doing in my office, I think my 10th standard education was totally fine.
It would have been enough.
Yeah, it would have been enough. I didn't need to do all these. So a degree really, in nowadays, that's what I've discovered is it doesn't matter. It's for the HR consultants to filter out people. But the degrees as such does not matter, because wherever you go, whichever field, you're trained and again educated. The corporates use this term very easily, unlearn and relearn.
Yeah.
So why do we have to unlearn our 15 years of education?
India is a large country. You advertise, you'll get lakhs of people coming. You've got to filter them out. So this is a filtration process, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, from their point of view, I'm absolutely okay with it.
Yes.
This is something individually what I am talking about.
This is your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it leads to job dissatisfaction and life dissatisfaction. Because, I was lucky enough to source my energy into something else, but college may the friends what we had, what talks we had was different. And now when I call my friends, it's just depressing nonsense. All they talk about is their jobs not being good, their life not being good. So, one or two is okay. How come all of my friends talk about the same thing?
So they're all
it's
talking
just
about
not
job
me.
dissatisfaction.
Yes, it's just not me.
What is the reason they're giving for it?
यार हमने इतना पढ़ा पर उसका तो कुछ यूज भी नहीं है. ट्रेनिंग भी हमने जो ली उसका भी कुछ यूज नहीं है. So all they, I mean, in their own fields,
Okay.
And at the end of the day, being a software engineer, all they are running behind is one bug and breaking their head on it. So I'm like, okay, that's quite an irony to it. But that's sad. But there's nothing they can do about it. It's like they're stuck.
Who's stuck?
My friends.
Your friends,
yes.
like you are.
Yeah. For a while, I did feel stuck. I mean, I was so restless. There had been time, I mean, just very soon I realized this pretty soon, luckily, that this is not something I want.
Okay.
Because, by fate, my family fell into a little financial troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And I just discovered I couldn't help them.
Mm-hmm.
I did my max, but it was nothing.
Okay.
Parents being parents, they were always glad.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't say, no, it's not enough or something. They were just very glad. Okay, my daughter has stepped in and she's giving all she has.
Okay.
But I thought this was not enough.
Uh-huh.
So now it's time for my parents to take the back seat. Let them relax.
Okay.
I have come into the field.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play. And since I have no other thing to do, let me play it hard.
Very good. Okay.
And give them the best. And when I say the best, there is no limit to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can push myself. I've still not discovered where is the limit.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pushing myself and I will push myself further. And I'll see where I can, till where I can go, and give them what I can give.
You were talking about you want to do your best for your parents. Now you are working in a corporate environment. You get a certain amount of money as your salary or whatever it is. So in a way, you have what we call a limited resource. A salary is a salary. Okay. So within that, you've got to do your best.
Yes.
You want to bail your parents out of any other, some financial problem they may be having or whatever it is. How can you do more than that? Because it is a limited resource.
Precisely.
Okay.
The skills I have, the amount of time I have, and this is what I trade with the company, and they give me some money.
Very good.
Right?
I like the way you put it. The skills I have, the time I have, I trade with the company. In return, they give me my salary. Beautifully put, Srujana. Okay.
Thank you. So, the salary, of course, is limited. It's not like, okay, I'll work a little extra. Let them pay me a little extra. So, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would have probably worked the maximum I can.
Okay.
So, I kind of realized that it's not going to work like that. So, I try to, look up to another resource of money.
All right.
And there was a time when I had just come out of training and I was on bench. There's this term used as on bench because
when you're not put into a project.
I was not put into a project, right?
Okay.
So I had a lot of free time. And the more free time I have, the more depressing it is because I would not have any work to do and I'll be thinking all the time what to do.
Isn't it surprising, Srujana, that when you have a lot of work, the youngsters say, बहुत काम है, मुझे relax करनी है. And when you are in bench, when you don't have anything and you can really relax, they say, कुछ काम ही नहीं है. No way you can please. But you turned that into something positive, right?
Yes, I did. That's the, main trend. When they say they have a lot of work, it's actually not much. It's not their entire energy that is used in that.
Okay.
But because everybody else is pretending that they're exhausted, they feel the same.
So all it's a culture. They want to just blend with the culture, look tired, look overworked.
The typical software culture, it is nothing but eating junk food, going to coffee shops.
Oh my God. Say that loudly.
I'm pretty open about it because you go to any company, the food courts are full.
Yes, okay.
And no matter how much the company, in their point of view, try to increase the productivity, I don't think that is really working out the way they are doing it right now.
Okay, where is the lacuna? Is it the lack of motivation or is it lack of direction from the management?
It is precisely the lack of direction.
Okay.
Because they have their own deadlines. But what everybody does is they'll push their work until the deadline and then work overnight and then pretend, oh my God, I worked overnight.
So there is no proper time management.
Yeah. All that is the company's responsibility to put into force. And they do.
But don't you think it's also an individual responsibility? Like you just now said, you traded your skill for a salary. So trading your skill, part of time management is part of trading your skill, isn't it? So they're also not doing their bit.
It precisely is. But it so happens that when you get into and blend into the work culture and all, as you rightly put, youngsters are full of energy.
Okay.
And how much do you expect a youngster to sit in front of the computer?
All right.
So when they do it for the first time, it's exciting. Second time, yes, it is.
Okay.
Third time, they're just so used to it.
Yeah.
Though the work is demanding their time, they don't want to give it because they want something else in life. They don't realize that. They try to change, channel their energy into hardcore partying.
Okay.
Just going to the coffees, and the kind of gossips they do is absolutely useless.
Oh my God, I'm getting this all from the horse's mouth.
Absolutely. I'm experiencing this.
Okay.
And it's just me that I could see it in a lateral vintage point and see, okay, I don't want to be a part of this culture.
Okay.
I don't want to be gossiping about if it's a girl, which kind of nail polish I bought and from where, and if it's a boy, I got this show, Nike, this. And this is all they could gossip about, and gossip about international issues and this company's price hike, that company's pay hike. And their life is only that much.
Okay.
It's limited in those 4 walls.
They don't pursue a hobby. They don't do any extracurricular activities. No?
I would not like to generalize this to everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
I do see fantastic individuals. They're just so good at their work. They're good at their sports. And yeah, corporates do offer them, give them a liberty to, have them their own sports,
cultural
activities and sport competitions going on.
So corporates do encourage all that. It's not like they want you to be stuck to your computer or something.
They know very well how to take the productivity out of an employee.
Okay.
So it's all... What I'm talking to you is in a very individualistic point of view. This is what I felt.
Okay.
I am nowhere a know-it-all person because I've hardly had any experience. Just came out of college, went into training, from there went into the job, and things changed for me because situations changed around me. Personally, I felt okay, I was well off, my family was well off, I was princess with a bronze spoon, but yeah, I was well off.
Okay.
And it's just all of a sudden I realized, okay, this is life. And I wanted to do something about it.
All right.
There is no use of sitting and looking at it. When I do not get a rest some point of day, I do feel like, I'm giving it all. I don't feel like, oh God, I'm so tired, or I feel good. That's something good I feel about.
At the end of the day, you feel, I've given my best.
So I just want to tire myself out to sleep.
Okay.
So let me sleep whatever short time I am sleeping, but it should be a full satisfied sleep, not dreaming about things I can never pursue.
Okay.
Now I know whatever I'm dreaming, I can pursue that, because now I've unleashed the energy within me, and I know that there is no limit. I can go to any extent to get what I want.
What road have you taken to unleash your potential? What have you done now?
Yeah.
Other than your work?
The bench time I was talking about was the time when I was retrospecting myself and thinking, is this really what I want? And I also started doing a lot of research, and Google did help me out a lot at that time.
Yes.
And
funny thing is, it's people like you who are doing the Google.
Yes,
isn't it? The same software people whom we are talking about, they don't know how, they're all into, partying and eating junk food. But there are a whole lot of out there who are doing things like this, amazing things.
It's amazing that technology and everything, it's a part of it.
Yeah.
But when I talk in corporate terms, it's not like, okay, you have done the entire Google. You have done a little part of it. It's the entire energy that is coming from them.
Together. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is there's a lot more that can be done.
All right. Individually also you can.
Yes, individually as well, and
collectively.
There's so much.
Yeah.
And I would again say whatever previous statements I have made is not generalizing.
Okay.
There are individuals who do fantastic, and these are the individuals who go top on the corporate ladder.
Correct.
Whatever ways they choose to, it's their wish, but yeah, they're focused. And that's a good thing.
So this is a very key point that you're bringing out. Focus.
Yes.
Okay.
So many are focused. They know what they want. But sometimes when people do not know what they want, they lose their focus, and the rest is left to God.
Left to God, poor man or poor woman. Okay, now you come back to when you were in bench.
Yes.
I'm sorry to be but you're saying such interesting things that I want to even comment on it. That's why. What did you do then?
That time I was researching.
Okay.
So whatever skill sets I had, I was trying to see what can I use where and try and get an extra source or in another source of income as such.
Okay.
And I did a lot of research. I contacted a lot of people, and I, liked few things. I planned them out, and that really again did not fit into the bigger picture. And I was very lucky to come across a company which gave me a chance to, work for them. And how it is I am basically working for myself.
All right.
Though I am generating a certain unit of work for the company as such.
Okay. Is it in your same line or is it in a different altogether?
It's absolutely unconventional. It's a totally different line.
All right.
It was very new to me. I was...
you had to learn something new.
Lot of learning something new.
Okay.
So this was a place where I was ready to unlearn and relearn.
Okay.
But I found it very difficult to unlearn. I had not even literally stepped into the corporate world, but there was so much in my mind already. Because, somehow there was this thing, okay, I'm an engineer, I'm with one of the top IT firms, and I'm the best kind of attitude. But then when the reality hits, there's so much of it to the ego. Okay, I am the top IT person, but look at my life. Can I even afford my parents anything? Didn't really happen.
Okay.
So that did bring a lot of frustration me. So yes, I came across this company, and it was a leap of faith that I took.
Okay.
None of my family members have ever been in the business field. And I did my little bit of research, but how much can I do? How would I know the entire? So there was a little part of me that took a leap of faith. And there was a little trouble because again, I have to explain this to my parents.
Yeah. Because did you have to invest in this new company?
Yes, I had to invest in it. And my parents were not against the investment part of it, but they were against me going places. So this did involve a little of me going places. And I wanted
traveling. You mean traveling? Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to first, before investing it into completely, I wanted to go to Mumbai and see a little about the company. So that was a very good thing. As soon as I went to Mumbai, I saw how it is and met few of the people. I really, really liked it. And I came back and immediately I started off. Okay. So my parents were a little hesitant about me traveling because we, again, are a close-knit, typical, middle-class, orthodox family.
Your safety.
My safety mattered a lot.
Yes, okay.
And there was a little clash between me and my parents at that time. But I told them, this is something I'm doing for you.
Okay. That's a good selling point.
Yeah.
And the benefit is to you, not to me.
It didn't work, but okay. It didn't work. Parents are parents. They know you very well, right? But how much ever it worked, it was something like I said, this is my final decision and I'm not going to change it.
Okay.
So initially their acceptance was not there at all. I did all this on my own. But yeah, my mom came around. She did support me. So this business was a lot of learning from the scratch. And it was something like I start off working as soon as I, start, right? So I was learning as well as working here, and as well as I started working in my IT company. I got a project. Okay. So there was a lot of things going on together.
But you didn't compromise on the project which got you your basic bread and butter, right?
No, that's important. Again, my commitment to the company as such.
That's good.
And myself. I wouldn't feel good about not giving it my best. I gave my best there. I try to give my best here. At some point, I was not really successful. I would say that.
Where were you not successful? In the new business?
I was all over the places, right?
Okay.
I was doing this.
So you were not focused?
How would I focus? Because everything came up as a priority.
Okay.
So it took time for me to settle down. It took time for everything to fall into place. And when it did, it was all good.
Great.
So from that time till this time, there has been a lot of change in me. And I would say all is good. And I'm just hoping the future looks really good. The future is also frightening.
But
because
are you already earning out of your new business? Or
yes, I am. I have quite well replaced my salary in some terms.
Okay.
In some times, I would say X into the salary I have. But I would like to pursue it, full time as such. But again, I don't want to do the mistake like my parents have done. I have to make sure that everything is set and in place. My parents should not feel somewhere I am struggling. They obviously cannot forgive themselves if I am struggling in front of them.
Okay, so, what are the skills you needed to make that business work? See, for this, for this job, what are the skills? What are the skills for that business?
That just needed sheer hard work, a lot of learning, and the skills that everybody is born with. You can talk.
Communication skills.
Yes.
Okay.
That was it. And it's not personality based or what kind of background you come from, what kind of degree you hold.
Okay.
It's all for people who can work hard.
All right.
It's as simple as that. And I really, really liked about it because I get to work with people who have come from all kinds of background, all kinds of, status. And no matter what they are, everybody is equal. Everybody is working the same thing. Everybody is working the same way.
But tell me, how much time do you have to spend? At work, you have to spend 9 hours, okay?
Yes.
When do you spend time on this?
At work, I have to spend 9 hours, but I cut short on my breaks and give a little time to this as well.
I mean, your gossip breaks, your washroom breaks.
I was never a gossip girl anyway, so it was more frustrating to me to sit with people who talk about pink purses and oh my god, it was hell. But yeah, because I feel like there are bigger problems in the world. I mean, nobody cares if your purse is torn.
So that's another message you're giving here is however hard you work and however long the days at work, the breaks that you take for useless things, you can use it for useful things.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying also?
Yes. Because the school days were perfect.
Yeah.
We had precise breaks, precise time of work and precise time of play. Everything was in place. It's just when you get into a job, we kind of,
there was a timetable at school.
Yeah, I know.
Now at work.
Time management is very important, at least at my stage. Yes, I have to manage my time. So the time, though, even for work, if I am taking 2 hours for something, I make sure I'm finishing it in 1 hour.
Okay.
And maybe another 15 minutes to review what I've done if I've done it in a hurry.
Excellent.
And that's how it has been till now. It's been around 8 months since I've started the business as well as I'm doing my job.
Okay.
And first 2 months, I was totally like a headless chicken. And then afterwards, finally things started going into a routine. Even at work, now it's pretty much a routine, so I'm okay with it. And even in the business. So now I know every time, every second, there is a reminder in the mind, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. And it's been going on. And I know what future holds for me.
What does it hold for you?
It holds me a lot of wealth.
Wow. Okay.
And a lot of dreams are going to come true.
All right.
But I know the path that I'm going, it's scary. I am frightened.
Okay.
But I know I'm going to do it. I'm frightened every second because I was never a girl who would stand in front of people and talk.
But now you can?
Now I can, now I will, and now I have to. People have to know. So I don't want to be the regular face. I was never a person who wanted fame. And even now, it's the same. It's not fame that I want, but it's some recognition as such. Not in front of the entire country or not up to that scale. It's not something that I'm dreaming of, but something like, okay, this girl is not a typical IT working, not a typical software engineer, but this girl is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
She has done something for herself.
So you've now brought out another thing, entrepreneur.
Yes. Even in the family. I mean, forget about the entire friend circle or the other people. In the family, the recognition I get is brilliant. Absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe
as an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Okay. They've already recognized you that you're a
I can be independent.
Okay.
That's what they have recognized. Till now, I was their little girl, school going. They would hold my hand while crossing the road, kind of.
Okay.
And then now they do realize, because now it's just I tell them. Now even if I'm sneezing, then they're alert. Okay, what's she going to tell? Because now they've started accepting my decisions and my ideas for them. They consult me for the important decisions in the family, and I feel very good about it.
How old are you, Srujana?
I'm 22.
You're 22?
Yes.
And you're a software engineer, an engineer, and you're an entrepreneur now, upcoming.
Yes.
You're young. You're restless.
Pretty much.
But you sound and you look also very, very calm and cool. What is the secret of that? You're not like jumping around. I want to do this. You're very focused. You want your job for your income. In return, you're giving your talent and skill to the company. You're not goofing around.
I am not.
Yeah.
I don't have time to.
Okay.
And there's no secret as such. It was actually learning from someone who's a very important part of my life. That person had taught us how to retrospect and spend some time with yourself, because it's very important.
Okay.
Yes, in school time we had results to show how we are performing. So is here in corporate. But then corporate results are not something we can count on, right? It's not giving your result.
It's a collective thing.
Yes, it's how you're performing in the company. But that's not your life, right? There is so much to life other than only your work. So retrospection is very, very important for anybody at any point of life. Even for be it a child, be it an elderly person. But at every point, it's like a checkpoint. So, yes, being an engineer was some post I really wanted. Yes, being a software engineer in a top IT firm was something I wanted. Yes, being an entrepreneur was something I really feel good about. I feel good about introducing myself as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
But all this is not what my checkpoints are. My checkpoints are what I really want. I want to be a good daughter. So my checkpoints are, am I being a good daughter?
Okay.
Am I being a good sister? Am I being a good employee? I have a commitment with my company. Am I being a good team player when I'm an entrepreneur? And all these checkpoints not necessarily are always ticked, because I am obviously a human and at a very young age, and I would say I do mess up some points all the time.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So a day when I have ticked all of them is a day when I have succeeded in my own view.
So that's your goal, to be able to tick your checkpoints.
Yes, that is precisely my goal, because I do fail people who have hopes on me, because I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But good thing I feel is I'm working towards it.
But tell me, these friends of yours who are stuck in some...
Yes.
Okay. What do they feel about what you've done? Are they inspired to do it also, or do they think that you're a little wacky?
No. They usually tell me, we always knew you will do something different.
Okay. They just say that and then they say, okay, we are happy being dissatisfied.
Well...
You're not being able to inspire them to join you in your enterprise. Have you tried or no?
I mean, people have their own views, and I never influence anybody. Okay. My close friends, as inspired as they are from, they're stuck in their own problems.
Oh.
What can I do about them?
What can you do? Exactly.
Yes, I sometimes have a heart-to-heart talk with them, and some people do change. So it's just not something that they should come along with me. But as long as they are doing something about their life, something productive, it's a good thing.
Okay.
So they do change, their ideas do change, and people have taken life-changing decisions and have told me that I have been an influence.
Very good.
It feels good. Yeah. I mean, it feels good, because that's not something I'm expecting.
I'm going to ask you one last question. I know this is a very silly question aimed at girls especially, because still it is in our society, parents, when they have a daughter past 20s, they start thinking about getting her married.
Yes.
Do your parents also think the same way?
Yeah, they did. And they still think, because yes, family pressure comes along. My grandparents and the other family members and all. Yeah. But I have asked them time, and I told them, please give me 5 years. There's something I have to do about my life and bring some status to my life. And later after that, it's your call. Okay. And they're pretty much okay with that, because that's how my parents are.
So I think you're giving another message here, that young women who are being pressurized by parents to get married, I think they should talk to their parents. Convince them, but they should have some definite goal to tell them, like you say, give me 5 years to settle down in my business or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, I don't want it or something, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, again, it's their individual call. They don't want to get married, fine. They have to tell their parents, see,
Leave me
this is
alone.
where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the level of this status in the company. That's what I've seen in my friends. Okay, let me go on site and come back once.
Yeah.
Let me have a little career growth.
Very good.
And let me have my own flat or let me have my own car. And then I think it's a good time to get married.
Good. Okay.
Right. I mean, why become a liability? And again, I don't know, marriage is too soon for any girl right now at my position.
Okay.
Again, it's individual because few of my friends are getting married. They're happy about it.
All right.
Because the guy is good and their parents are happy. So, as typical Indian girls, we just want our parents to be happy.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
So parents are happy, they are happy about it. Because at some point, they have a job. Which is, no matter what,
they have a skill which they can trade.
Yes.
What do you want more than that?
It's going to go on like that. Even if you're married, even if you're not, the career is going to go the same way. So basically, they are sorted. And now I think they have place for marriage. That is again, resourcing their energy into starting up a new family. So they are okay with it. But if you're not okay with it, it's all right to tell your parents, no, we're not. But again, show them that which direction you're going.
Yes, that's important.
So, I mean, any parent would be okay with it. It's now the trends have changed. No, none of the girls, there's no trend that the girls have to get married early.
Yeah.
And parents will understand. And there is a way of making them understand. You do not fight every day and cry about it. That I've seen from a lot of girls.
Yes, yes.
Because, parents and the guys who come have a lot of expectations and girls obviously feel they cannot fulfill all that. And it's scary because nowadays the girls nobody has entered the kitchen. I mean, how are we supposed to start up a family?
Okay.
We've just brought up as the boys have been brought up.
You too?
Yes.
You don't know how to cook?
Cooking is my hobby, so that ways I know.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to do it as a day-to-day activity.
Yes, I would. I mean, I don't think I can manage cooking, office, and a husband and kid. I don't know what all comes with the family. So that's a very big responsibility. We have all were concentrating on education. Most of us. We never stepped into the kitchen. Our mothers never let us. They were very, helpful in, my daughter should study. She should be in a specific status.
So that's a good trend, isn't it? Earlier it was like brother studies and you go and make coffee for him. Now the mother says, no, even you should
study. Mother takes care of.
Okay. Another last thing I want to ask you before we wind up, Srujana, is what is your take on women's safety? Because right now it's a big question mark about women in India, especially women like you who work late hours, who commute long distances. What is the biggest safety factor?
First of all, your own behavior matters. But I wouldn't say it's the only way. Because a person who has a bad intention has a bad intention. Even if you're wearing a burqa or even if you're wearing, behaving in a specific way.
Okay.
You have to, your behavior, your face should show a certain kind of independence. That should keep everyone apart. It's not only about traveling. It's also in our day-to-day life. In corporate, there are so many guys who come and ask onto you, right?
Okay.
And I have seen girls crying about their relationships and things have gone wrong and all. And I never agree with any of them because I believe everybody is in control on their own life. So nobody has forced onto you, right? It happened in your own control. So just do not cry about that.
Those are different. Those are when you get into it and you don't want to get out of it. But I'm talking about general safety, general safety in society. What is your take on that? What do you think women should be doing? Or should the government do something or the police should do something about it? It's
basic ethics that everyone should have. But yet again, there's no control over everybody's moral ethics, right?
Yeah.
Women should be in their own safety. I mean, if they feel it's unsafe, if their night journey is being unsafe, try and figure out some other way.
Okay.
Okay, or have a bunch of friends with you when you're traveling.
Okay.
Have some self-defense equipments with you. All that works because I travel late night too.
Okay.
I make sure the bus is full. Only then. Otherwise, I make sure someone else is coming to pick me up or drop me.
Okay.
So I see my own way because, it's not like when an incident happens and then everybody blames the government or someone. Because when something has to happen, it will, and you cannot help it, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's not only about developing countries or underdeveloped countries or any country. Women's safety is an issue.
Yeah.
And in that terms, I would say even men's safety is an issue. Nobody is actually safe.
It's a cruel world now.
It absolutely is.
Yes.
So it's your own responsibility of your own safety. No blaming it on anybody else.
With that note, I wish you, Srujana, all the best as an entrepreneur. I hope you'll do really well.
Thank you.
And besides making your parents proud of you, I hope you'll tick all your checkpoints that you have for yourself. It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm sure there are many, many out there, young, restless people like you who have channelized their restlessness. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. And I would like to leave one last message.
Okay.
This is for the guys. It's important for them to understand that the girl that they are getting married to, be it take on the trends that are now, the girl has absolutely been brought up in the same way as he has.
Okay.
In all the terms, even she has never entered the kitchen. So please do not expect them to be the 100% housewife for them, because she's never going to be, because she has been brought up to work as a person, work for herself. You have to have a better ways and sorted ways, and even the guys should pitch in and have a good life.
Good. I hope guys are listening.